the way we came in the game, it was just whoever had the hottest raps, you say them shits, and that's because it was never really battle rap it wasn't really more of a sport to us, or it was just a means to an end.
I said, yo. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I said, yo, this your boy Quest Mcody, live and direct. We on the scene. We got one of my homies on here. I want to introduce battle rap legend, one of the greats, MC whose name is synonymous with battle rap. Help like broaden the culture, expand the culture, make it more acceptable in the hood, in the neighborhoods, to do the thing that we do. My man, my brother, Murda Mook, man. What's good, baby?
What's good, man? Question shaking.
Man, nothing much, man. I see you on the road, man, moving and grooving around the city or whatever. How's looking out there?
Man, it's still nasty, but it's just starting to get a little hot. So people outside, you know what I'm saying? Right now I'm in Harlem.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Right now I'm in Harlem. You can see how long you turn around. You know what I'm saying? People outside moving though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man, I remember I remember my first few trips to New York. I didn't go to Harlem. Like I get there and like I knew some people in the Bronx. I knew some people in Brooklyn or whatever. Then when I first got down to Harlem, I think Swave actually took me around Harlem the first time that I like actually got to walk around. He took me to like 104 and all that. The city is so like rich in history, man. Like what was it like you coming up in the heart of Harlem or what have you? What was it like just from your perspective, your angle, your view?
Coming up, I was born in the '80s, man. So, I was coming up as a youngin in the the actual crack era. You know what I mean? Where it was everywhere, and it was around me was hustlers, man. It was get money, figure out how to look good, how to be fly, and hustle by by any means, because it wasn't really like right now Harlem they gentrifying it and things of that nature, but back then a lot of poverty, a lot of abandoned properties, a lot of just hopelessness, people looking to to find a way, which what I mean. So we created our own way and our own culture.
Word.
So I grew up in the times like a lot of my uncles and was heavily involved into that, and so that's all I would see.
Word.
I would see that, but we was really like more fascinated by the money and the hustle.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not like today. A lot of dudes just they not being the hustlers now. They becoming the drug addicts and the customers. What I mean?
Yeah, I noticed that too. Yeah, it's wild because like Detroit and Harlem got this eerie, or Michigan and just New York in general, but like this eerie connection when you think about all the work like Malcolm X put down just out there or what have you when it come down to building the mosque down there, and just the post y'all had, or the thumb of the post y'all had on the civil rights movement, to the way the crack hit our neighborhoods. And it's always been a connection with Malcolm, like being from Michigan. A lot of people don't know that, but most people do because of the Detroit Red reference or whatever the case is. When I think about, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just piggybacking off of that. You know what I'm saying? Just being fly. You know what I'm saying? Fly.
Yeah.
So right now I'm actually in front. The crazy part is I'm in front of where, that's crazy. I'm in front of where Lennox Lounge used to be. You know what I'm saying? People know where Lennox Lounge. That was. You know what I mean? I'm literally in front of there right now. It's a Jimbo's burger place, but yeah, so I'm just talking about, getting fly, the suits decked out, all that. Not to cut your wisdom.
Nah, but that was the same thing. Like we had the cats with the Gators and the Minks. Like it was always, that my Detroit players, like that same mood. It was always, you know, a lot of people don't know, like the first projects were built in Detroit. There were
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, they were the Brewster projects. It was the very first set of projects. And then when I got up there and I saw like these projects, they went up just like y'all's, but like when our projects after they started build more, ours went out. So like it would be like it wouldn't be a you know two levels. It'd just be one level and they just spread them out. Whereas they shot y'all's up. I
Yeah,
know.
everything here is we on top of each other. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Like here is like to try to get the most, like they, you know, which is, I mean, smart, which is smart, you know, business wise. Like you know, you build vertically, you know, because
Yeah.
you know, there's no space that can occupy space on top. There's no other property. So if you got a block that's on solid foundation,
Yeah.
and you can only own this one block, like this block, how do you expand? You
Right.
just go up. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? So
Yep.
that's why everybody's on top of each other and think like that. You know what I mean? But I didn't even know that y'all was the first, like, got the first project. Yeah, man.
Yeah, when they built the Brewster projects, the theory was black people were spreading throughout the city and they were trying to minimize the spread. So that's why they built them going straight up because they like, yo, we
Yeah,
could
call
put
it a project.
bang exactly. Now I know just
People think that it's just a word they say for it, man. That shit was really a project.
yeah, definitely,
Like we was
definitely.
lab rats.
Yeah, still are in some ways, man. It seems, or at least
Well,
they still
yeah,
try to play it, you know.
absolutely, absolutely.
Nah, just like Harlem got a real rich history and like MCs that play ball or whatever from like you to Cam and things like that. When did your attention like go from like basketball to like yo rap is where I want to be with what I'm doing?
Well, I mean, it was something had to work.
Mm,
Like, you know, where we at, like to even bring, you know, because you brought Biggie in it, and you know, Biggie said me Detroit, but you know, Biggie, yo, either you swing crack rock or you got a wicked jump shot.
word, word,
Like, that's real shit. Like it's like it was nothing else. So as a kid, you know, what I mean, you go, you know, that's why you don't see a lot of football players from here. Like we don't have a lot of open fields. You know what I'm
word,
saying? Like football, you know what I mean? Like that wasn't it. It was like a bunch of just, you know, it was basketball courts.
word.
So you know, as a kid, you go to the court, you know, and that's how you did. You play ball. That's what you was allowed to do. But
Mm,
being on the courts and stuff, then you know you'll see the older ones. It was like you know, the lineage was, you know, you be 10, 11 on the courts. You couldn't play with the older kids.
right,
You know
right.
what I mean? Like they had a court for each, you know, age, and then, you know, you work your way over. But then you'll see them coming in, how they would drive in the cars to the, you know what I mean, to go play
Yeah,
ball, to just chill. But you know, and then you start seeing somebody that you know might come out and they, you know, they might have a new chain or something, and then you like, yo, you know,
right.
what's up? How you know what I mean? And that's how most people got
Yeah,
put on to it. So it was like, but something had to work. That's that mentality. So basketballs, if I'm a rap, you know what I mean, something. So we did it all. That's just
word,
the hustler mentality. Like you don't put all your eggs in one basket, and you gotta have a bunch of different ways to try to make it.
word.
You know what I mean? That's the hustle mentality. So as a youngin, I thought I was going to the NBA. I was really that good.
Mm,
But I was also really good in basketball. But then, I mean, I was also really good at rapping too. But rapping was secondary,
mm-hmm.
honestly.
Okay.
But I was really good at it. But you know what I mean? So people used to be like, yo, you know what I mean? You nice, da da da. And I'm like, nah, this bullshit. But then as you start getting 14, 15, then you start doing things that stray away from it being more like inside of the street,
Mm-hmm.
just wanting to be that, then that takes away from time that you go practice or time
Yeah.
that you wake up, you
Yep.
know what I mean, and go work out. So then, you know, some people start getting better than you because, you know, I wasn't fortunate, like, you know, a lot of people's story, but my home wasn't really that structured.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I didn't have my moms and my father at the home. You know what I mean? It's typical moms out. You know what I'm saying? Do what she do. Pops locked up all the time. You know, I got a great relationship with my dad. But in those years, you got to remember that they still was young.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? They was having, at 19 they had me type. You know what I mean? So they still 30 something, 32, like trying to. So they were still in the field trying to do what they do. So the structure wasn't really there. So to be able to consistently, have a way, like to just wake up and then, eat breakfast and then go work out and go to school. Like it was more so I was more like on my own for a while. You get it? So that turned into, me having more time to hone the rap skill.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I still played ball in high school and I went to college for it and stuff, but it came a point that in high school I was just so caught up in doing shit, missing so much days, and I just wasn't able to focus and be on that. Summertime I didn't really want to play no ball. I wanted to be out doing other
you want to
shit.
be out, definitely.
Yeah, and then that's how that's how rapping kind of became on the forefront, and then and it just I got the break of people knowing with the J Mills and the battle, even though he was battling before then.
Yeah.
People knowing the Mills, and then just so happened Smack and had the camera. You know what I mean?
Man, I was always curious, man, like what actually got you in the battle rap? Because I know I've been talking to some of the new cats, man, and we were just talking. I was like, yo, we all like got into it trying to make a lane for the music we were doing or whatever we were creating. And like now it's a lot of cats that they don't even aspire to make music. Like I had one I had A Ward on here, and he and I talked, and he was like, yo, I actually battle so people won't listen to the music that I made because it wasn't good. I don't like music isn't my thing. What was your thing? Like what got you into just saying like, yo, I'm gonna start battling?
Well, I mean, battle was just a way to get the buzz to get a record deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was always music. It was always music. It wasn't, it wasn't like, yo, I'm gonna be a battle rapper. Like battling was just something that everybody had to know how to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got Nas, Jay, Eminem, Raekwon, Jadakiss, Mace, you know what I'm saying? Biggie, all of them were battle rappers. All of them. You know what I mean? That's what they did. That's what you had to do, period. There was no, yo, you battle rap or you do music. I actually believe, once the Smacks started coming out, it kind of made it shift into its own genre because people, it gave people the opportunity to like something and just like it for this one specific thing. Because unbeknownst to me, I just thought it was like that everywhere. Because I knew Detroit, Philly, you know what I'm saying, was big battle rap, you know what I'm saying, some Jersey, but everywhere else, as I started to realize later and find out that when they was like, yo, when I seen them Smacks, nigga, we ain't never seen that type of shit before.
Yeah, you got it on some real talk, bro. We didn't battle like that. Like here, like where I came up, like what I came up doing initially. And that's one of the things I did want to talk to you about when it come down to your Detroit ties. You guys came, like the Smack DVDs were a big influence on battle rap, even in Michigan, man, because like we used to do tournaments. Your ties in Detroit, did they start? How did they start? How did they start? Like,
they started with my man Sos and my man AK, man. My man Sos.
Okay.
Well, actually, the first person that brought me to Detroit was Proof. Rest in peace. This was before I even met Sos or AK.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's the first time when I came there to do the tournament thing that y'all had.
Yeah.
This was fresh off of this was fresh off of Mills.
Okay.
Battle. You know what I'm saying? And somehow Proof had got in contact with me And I'm like, oh shit, this really, he like, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? He started saying my lines and shit to me. Like, this is when I knew it was like, oh shit, motherfuckers was really seeing this. Cause, you know, I wasn't, it was new.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm just trying to get used to people knowing who I am. But when Proof called me, I'm like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? He like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I move more raw than a sushi waiter. That was his favorite line.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He was like, you know, he had a tournament. And he's like, yo, you know, we get down over here up in the D, such and such. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you know what I mean? I really fuck with you. I want you to come up here and, you know what I'm saying? And because I guess that was his vision too, now that I think about it, was to actually put Detroit onto the way that we was battling.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because y'all had niggas was dead nice, but y'all wasn't doing the battling the way that we was doing it at the time.
Yeah, we were doing over the beat. Like,
I think his plan, rest in peace, Proof. I think his plan for me wasn't more so to see who was going to win or anything, but was to come up there and, you know, put on for the younger niggas to be like, this is, you know what I'm saying, get on this and get on this wave type shit.
Yeah, that definitely is what it was for us. Like, I don't know if you know how it was set up, man, because we kind of felt slighted or whatever, because we were they set it up to be, it was called a war or weapons of choice. So in the beginning, it was like, yo, you could, and it was Genius approved, really, because he was transitioning us. It started off like you could pick you had to rap with the beat. And then the next round you didn't rap with the beat. And then you got to pick if you wanted the beat or if you didn't want the beat. But what had happened, he had brought you guys. I remember Preach. Preach is the only person that I remember besides you from that night. Because Preach did the Superman line.
What you call it too? He brought what was the dude that had the scar on his face?
Oh yeah, man. He brought Scar Child for sure. Yeah. Nah, Scar
Child, yeah. Scar Child was there.
Yep. Now, they had a setup where all the Detroit MCs, we were all battling each other or whatever for like 2 rounds. And we didn't know anything about y'all. We didn't know y'all were coming. We didn't know nothing. So when, and just for those that's listening, we're talking about a Fight Club battle that went on in Detroit. So when he brought you guys out, we were like, man, what the fuck?
That my shit was before Fight Club even started.
Well, International P came with y'all, didn't he?
The Fight Club shit, well, what I think happened, because y'all had 2 of them.
Yeah.
I didn't go to the second one. The first one I was at on the stage. That's the one you talking about?
Nah. The one you came to, maybe it wasn't a Fight Club. It was a tournament, but I know that International P was there and he had footage because nobody has the footage.
Yeah, I know we was on the stage. See, I had one where y'all was at like a table or something.
Yeah. That was your brother came to that one. Yeah, your brother came.
Yeah, my brother was there. I wasn't there, but the first one was when we was on the stage.
Yeah, and that's the one. We were so we was pissed at Proof. We was mad, man, because we was like, yo, man, why you got us all battling each other and then you usher them in and now we done battled 2 times already. So we was like, But when you got up there to rap, we had, again, all of our battles were like freestyle style battles. Like we saved our verses for like our open mic nights and different stuff like that and for ciphers. So when you start rhyming, bruh, cats in the audience were looking at you like, man, this might be the coldest freestyler ever, man. Like we didn't like that's how that's how off we were with what was happening or what have you. We weren't as hip to. I know I wasn't. I had never saw you before.
I was kind of nervous because I thought, you know, I seen freestyling and shit, and I'm like if you know, that's when I actually freestyled later. Yeah. Because I'm thinking like, oh shit, niggas ain't gonna fuck with my shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I'm seeing that. So it was actually for me because I'm like, niggas really do this shit. Yeah. Because we like New York and shit, we ain't doing that. A freestyle was a rap. Excuse me, that wasn't about shit. You know what I'm saying? It was two different types. Like a freestyle is a rhyme. Like a lot of people get that misconstrued that freestyle just mean automatically off the top. No, when you see somebody that say, yo, this is a freestyle, that means it's not particularly about anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a rhyme. You know what I'm saying? And and there's the other freestyle that's off the top type shit.
Right.
So,
yeah, we didn't know, bro.
So when I was battling, right. When I was battling, I was like, I'm like, oh shit, niggas probably ain't gonna fuck with it. I'm like, nigga, I'm gonna go with what the fuck I know. I don't know.
Yeah.
So just to let you know, I didn't know nothing about y'all, like neither.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like I was coming there and
yeah,
this was just rhyme.
Yeah, it wasn't until like the YouTube and the DVDs start circulating. I remember, I know that night you battled Marv, and I know that night
I battled 3 people.
Yeah, I know you battled Marv, and the last person
I battled Scar Child too.
Yeah, you battled Marv, Scar Child, and then you battled Swan.
And I battled
a guy named Swan.
No, I battled 4 people then. I battled Swan was the last one.
Yeah.
I battled Marv, Scar Child, and it was another dude that was he was short and mad dark skinned.
Was it famous? Was it famous?
Yeah, I think he was nice to me too. I remember, he had the line that stood out to me. He said something about like, I leave 12 holes steaming out your face like the bottom of the iron.
Okay. So that might have been famous. So it was 2 cats from here, man. Their names were Famous. Names are Famous and T Flame at the time. And
it was Famous. I think it was Famous.
So these were the cats that actually were hip to the DVDs. And we weren't. Like them, Miles and X, they were a little more hip. And they didn't necessarily they were just more hip to that style and format. What was so dope, man, when y'all had the battle, man, you and Swan had just he was the guy that did all the freestyle competitions on MTV, the Rock of
on MTV,
and all that stuff. So it was so dope to see for me because y'all went like 6-7 rounds.
That's when I started freestyling.
Yeah.
I started to freestyle because I'm like, somebody said something and he was saying freestyle, and I remember I started to freestyle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't even know if I could do that shit or not, to be honest.
Right.
I just tried. I was in the mood. I was in the zone, and I remember it was something. But I remember he told me I looked like, because I had a yellow football jersey, old football. He told me I looked like a pumpkin. Some shit he said, it was funny as shit. He was like looking like a big ass pumpkin. I remember this shit. It was hilarious. And I was like, some shit, he ashes to ashes, something more. All they found was his glasses, some shit like that. I remember.
Yeah. I remember. So when you guys came, tell me about just, so that was your first meeting with Proof. Did you guys fly? Did you drive? Like, what happened when you got here? Like, what was the experience?
I flew, and I stayed at the St. Regis.
Okay.
Me and my man Cutman. St. Regis, I flew there. Yep. And it was, niggas set it out though. It was niggas show mad love and shit. I actually had met Miles. Mm-hmm. Miles had rapped in the back. Mm-hmm. And Calico. He said Calico said he was a little nigga, he rhymed and all of that. I didn't remember, but I remember Miles and shit.
Cal was at the next one. Cal was at the second one.
Okay.
Yeah, the one your brother was at.
But I remember Miles was like, he rapped in the back or whatever.
Now when you guys go ahead.
No, I was go ahead. Nah, say it.
When you do you know who got that footage?
I don't, man. I want to. I need to charge it. I don't know who have the footage.
Man.
I was hoping you did.
Man, I don't, man. Like I got footage from me that night, and but as the night progressed, that was back when people had their cameras and they were dying by the time it got to the end round, man. And that was legendary times, man. Like, it ushered in a new culture. It helped usher in a new culture of battle rap, bro, for us.
I'm not gonna hold you. I didn't know niggas was that nice, to be honest.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That was good for me because, like, I'm like, because before the freestyler, it was a cipher.
Yeah.
And niggas was saying the regular raps.
Yep.
You understand? And that's why I'm like, yo, these niggas is nice.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking like metaphors and all that. So that's when I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know that I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that put me on to something. You know what I mean? It definitely put me on to something.
Yeah, man, we used to have to rap worse than we actually rap when we would battle. Because if we sound like we was too prepared, like, we'll get booed, bro. Like, if we, like, before that night, like, the written era battle, like, when Miles and them would start traveling and they would start going out there, they were going out there because it wasn't here. Like, we were doing battle formats, drop a beat, rap, or what have you. I got a question, man. Actually, I'm going to show you this video from your opponent that night, man. Swan, he wanted to holler at you.
Hey, everybody, what's going on? This is Swan. What up, Quest? What up, Mook? Congratulations on your show, Quest. Mook, it's good to see you on here. I don't know if you remember that battle we had long time ago, but I definitely remember it. It was one of the craziest battles I ever had. We ended up having to go like 6-7 rounds at the end. And, you know, I know, at least in Detroit, that was one of the battles that kind of signified or solidified the fact that the battle scene was changing from the way we used to battle, all freestyle, you know, 30-second, 1 minute rounds, going against, you know, 6, 7, 8 people in a night, to the one-on-one written style of battling. My question for you, Mook, is, you know, has it always been about the pen and the pad for you, or did you start out with the freestyling kind of battle format, like, you know, like most of us in Detroit did, or you know, did you come in the game, you know, with the pen and the pad kind of style that you had?
I just wanted to say shout out to Swan, man. I'm happy, you know what I'm saying, he doing good. I was gonna ask you, you know what I'm saying, what's up with him and everything, man. Actually, you send me his number and shit after, man. I'ma text him and or something, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to him.
Word.
Cause Swan was like one of the first stars, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was getting busy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, I bet that shit was big for me. Like, I'm like, I bet, yeah, I'm battling the nigga that's on TV, shit like that.
Yeah.
But to answer his question, and I think I answered it earlier, you know, Swan, that we like the freestyle off the top of the head was never that was never our approach. You know, we didn't do that. Our battle rap was more so street, who had the better raps in the street. Like, so when you bump into each other, you know, more than likely, more than not, the ciphers turned into battles. So you would start off with 8 people, like, on the corner, everybody rap, and then, you know,
yeah,
as time went on, 3-4 raps down the line, it'd just turn into a battle. The way we came in the game was just whoever had the hottest raps, you say them shits, and, you know, that's because it was never really battle rap. It wasn't really more of a sport to us, or it was just a means to an end.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It was a step along the way. It wasn't its own thing. Like, the battle rap was just a step to get where we you know, to the ultimate goal.
Yeah. See, we had something like that. We had something like, so we had this thing, man, every Wednesday we go to, man, it was called the Lush Lounge. That's how, like, all of us met. That's how I met Marv, Miles, X, everybody. So, like, every Wednesday we go to this spot where the DJ would pick whatever beat he would play, and we'll rhyme for however long, and depending on the crowd response, that's how you get your name and you build your rep or what have you. And then those same kind of ciphers, they'll happen outside or in the neighborhood. So it was that. And then we also had like a structured setup for battle rap too. Like, so like we had that, but we never looked at it in the same you know, thought. And then when you came, like Swan said in that video, like the Smack DVDs had a really, really big influence, from Smack the Fight Club to the joints from Philly. When the Smack DVDs started taking off, like there was a couple cats on our scene, like the guy you battle, Famous, a guy named T-Flame, a guy named Saito, Miles and X, like they were heavily involved. And during that time, like me, Marv, Swan, although we were all the same age, we had already done like TV stuff and different things. So when the battles in New York came about, it was just like the money. It was like, oh man, it just didn't make sense for us in the moment or what have you. But then when it started infusing here, that's when Miles and X them was going out there or whatever. And
that was after that was when he went with Rex and X went with Nim.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they started going out there, and we see that, like, they kind of ushered in just that traveling, going out there, going to New York, battling in those historic spots. And I remember them dropping, that video when they were trying to get battles, and like we didn't even do shit like that here. You feel me? Like we didn't do this like videos, or like when we had to battle somebody or something was coming up, we just battled. Like, and that was when it started being taken into like being a whole presentation.
Well, they was ahead of the curve then.
Yeah, definitely.
As far as, you know what I'm saying? Because I remember seeing you were like at remember Harry?
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. Yeah,
I remember, bro. I remember a lot of that shit, man.
Yeah, that was our first time meeting, man. I never forget, and I want to say this because I don't think we ever had this conversation again. But I was there, man. It was right after Proof funeral, and I was in this battle. Harry gave me something to come out to get in the tournament or whatever. So I got in it, and a dude said something about P in his rhyme, and I said something. I took my shirt off, like, man, don't you ever, and I said what I said. But then his man on the side said something disrespectful, and he wasn't in the battle. And I ran over and I swung on him, and all this whole big ass ruckus came. And I remember you coming to me, and mind you, I didn't know anybody. And you said, yo, man, I'm Mook, man, Proof was my guy, man. You good. And like, not even knowing, I think the battle was downtown, it was in Manhattan. Not knowing, not knowing anything. And the fact that on the strength of my mans, like you know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, man, he a real nigga. And I got back home and I told Cass, I was like,
love you, cousin. Love you.
I got back home and I told Cass, I got back home and I told Cass then, I'm like, yo, such blah, 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 man. Mook came up and he told me, boom, boom, boom. He said this and he looked out just to make sure I was cool. You ain't had to do that. Like, it ain't like, yo, you was, whatever. You ain't had to do that or whatever. And it made me think about like P and how he would, like, that's how my nigga was. Like, he made relationships with people to the point that, like, yo, if you fuck with P, like, I fuck with you.
Absolutely. Listen, he was out of line. I remember. Go ahead.
Yeah. Do you remember I don't know if you remember Proof putting out like it was a guy in the crowd when y'all that came to battle, and he had said fuck New York, and Proof put his ass out.
Proof got him out of there. I remember.
Yeah, so like,
yo, I remember that, bro. Like, Proof, listen, Proof, damn, like, it was genuine. I could tell, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, besides fuck the fact that he was Proof. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the fact he was Proof. It's the fact, bro. You know what I'm saying? He the first one believed in me. And his whole just, everything was just all positive. There was love. Like, you could tell it was just genuine.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? And so that, I remember in that time, I'm like, hell no. You know what I'm saying? I remember. Like, when niggas said that, I'm like, man, nah, you straight, bro. Yeah. Like, we was there. We was just there, we wasn't on no bullshit, but, you know what I'm saying? I remember that clear as day. Nigga, you did what you did.
Now, I threw an event in 2015. I had Rex come out and a couple other cats. It was called Power 2. You had came out to the city. Number one, thanks for showing up, man, and just showing the love. It was real dope for the fans. Definitely the event was our biggest event that we had, and it was kind of me just trying to be a part of bringing the same thing that Proof brought, which was a high level of entertainment, a high level of battling, and for us to be able to see, you know, cats on the scene. Now, when you came back to Detroit for that event, with Rex and Marv, me and Math, and Ice and Miles, what was your experience like coming back to the city?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I done been to Detroit 400 times.
Indeed.
AK and you know, my man Sosa. I had met them like not too long after, you know, I probably met them 2000. What was this? 8, something like that. 2007, 8. And they had brought me there on some just do a performance. Remember they had some shit with Boosie?
Yeah.
And they my man Sosa used to do some shit called whatever weekends or something he used to do. And you know, they brought me up there, and then, you know, we just start clicking. You know, we just start clicking. It wasn't. It turned into look. You know, hold on. I'm gonna tell you. I'm doing an interview though. You know who this is? Quest. Look in the camera. You know who this is?
Nah, who that?
You don't never see me. Every battle I'm at, you don't see the nigga that's Roscoe. Every battle you ever seen on Smack, he the nigga that's always right there. Yo, Mook, chill.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, this him.
What up, though? What up, though? What up?
Love,
man, Detroit love, man, all the way out there.
Yeah.
Oh, yo, you know who I want to meet? I want that shout out Shay nigga, bro.
Who? Sada?
You got hoes like you will. 2 bankrolls like.
Oh, Sada? Was that Sada? That's Sada.
Oh, Sada baby. Yeah.
That's Sada baby.
Yeah.
I met him. Cool guy.
Yeah.
D-Rose, what you want? Yo, look, right?
Yeah, that's word.
Yeah, so no, like this shit ain't just some planned shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? These niggas that's with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We grew up type
word.
Shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's how I met with AK and Sos, and then it was love. So, and then I just started coming up there just to just chill. You know what I mean? Like if I might want to get out the city in New York, go up there, get a little different vibe. You know what I'm saying? It be times I'll be up there like it ain't for no Mook here in the city. I just be up there chilling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Word, man, for like weeks at a time type shit.
Word.
But you know what I'm saying? So that event I have been up there mad more times.
Word, okay.
Up to that point. But being there, you know, it was super. It was a great event. It was love, man. It was I remember that, man. I remember that event, yo.
Yeah.
That was I'm saying shout out to you too.
Man, the whole squad, man, like everybody that helped put it together, man. It was more so just myself, man, Marv, Miles, everybody involved, just trying to make something and do something to kind of carry on the legacy of Proof, man, to bring people into the city, man, show them love, show them the way. Because in a lot of ways, most battle rappers, man, MCs, man, they want to battle in New York. They want to battle in Detroit. Like, those are things, like, it's like yo, I want to battle in Detroit.
Detroit and New York, the reason why, though, sorry to cut you off, man. I love Detroit because, like a lot of people, like, you know, and not to call or you know, call niggas out, but like, you know, like, say like a nigga like A-Bird or somebody, and they be like, yo, you know, I go to New York and, you know what I'm saying, I don't never be on my home game, but I'm like, yo, New York don't give a fuck where you from. They don't care if you from New York. Like, nigga, if you killing a nigga, there ain't no we from New York. Like, nah, we don't even think that way.
Word.
On everything I love. Like, a lot of cities, you know, Detroit think that way too, though. Like, y'all be having y'all Detroit versus everybody, St. Louis versus New York. We don't give 2 fucks, bro. Niggas be like, yo, listen, if you getting your ass killed, you getting killed. But in Detroit, in the rapping, if you, there is no, it ain't no, because you from here, niggas gonna be like,
nah.
You know what I'm saying? It's no bias in Detroit. That's why I always love the D. It's no bias, nigga. If you know how to rap, you know how to rap. And I always tell this to my nigga, hey, yo, everybody in Detroit rap. A nigga grandmother will give you 4 bars.
Word.
You know, that's something I always love. Like people like my favorite rapper is Detroit nigga. Eminem is my favorite rapper. Period.
Word.
Out of every nigga that ever rapped on a mic, dead or alive,
that's
Eminem is my
wild.
favorite rapper.
That's wild to hear. That like Eminem,
No,
like
for real.
yeah. You know, I always think like words count and words matter. And like you've always been somebody where the delivery and the words, you know, that matter. In closing, one of the things that I know people want to hear and like aspiring like MCs, people that look to get into just battle rap as a profession, MCing as a profession or whatever, your process, like when you're like, does your process change? Do you got the same like process as you did back in the day, or how have you grown in that process throughout the years?
I've had the same my thought process has changed, but the actual technical, the logistics haven't changed. The way I think is going to change because obviously I'm getting old. I get older and more and mature, and I see different things. So my thought process changed. But as far as the logistics and the process that I do, the mechanics don't change.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So when I battle, I have to get. First, I have to make myself believe I could lose. That's one. Anything, I always need to be scared or nervous to believe that I could lose, and then that propels me into going into a train of thought where, I'm writing to survive.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And the edge, like because before, like. I had to say like when we would keep saying when we was battle rapping, but when we was battle rapping, it was like I wasn't declared or the nicest nigga, like what I'm saying, or a goat or something. It was like I'm out here trying to become a goat. So I always had that like nigga, what. But as you get older, and then as you elevate, then you gain more success. You have to keep that edge. You have to figure out the competitive edge. You know what I mean? And it never was just for money. People be like, oh, Mook, Mook, it's about it's always about the business when it's business. When business became part of it, I'm gonna be a goat in my business too.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? That don't mean you're not gonna get none of these NBA players to play for free. I don't give a fuck what it is.
Right.
You understand? Because they know they business. That don't mean when they play, they not playing just for money. Like you think the great niggas is playing just for money? Maybe the niggas off the end of the bench niggas. But for the most part, if you're an NBA player, you playing for
the love
you
of the
want to
game.
win.
Yeah,
you want to be the best. You want to, you know what I'm saying? So that's why you work out and shit every day. So that's the same way I feel with me.
Yeah.
And I never lost that edge, but I still have to be cognizant of
the business.
If the move I'm making is going to benefit in all aspects to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's really where it is with me.
I remember I remember a conversation we had when we were in Toronto, and there was just to speak about it, there was an offer for you to do a battle. We'll leave it at that. And I remember,
you can say it, Drake.
there was an offer for you to do the Drake battle, and it was like, yo, man, they're gonna give you X amount, and you was like, yeah, but if they got that, then what else they got? Like if they lead with that, talk about that mentality, or talk about like get that game to some of the guys coming up. Just if they got. Where did that come from, or what was the thought process in that?
That comes from, that just comes from, that comes from, one, that's come from experience, maturity enough, like you old enough, and you've been around enough situations to think that way. So I can't say as a young nigga, because my situation is different because I'm a totally different circumstance. As far as it would be all great and dandy to battle Drake, but the way I feel like Drake, I'm doing you a favor too if you come over here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you come over here, you smoke my boots, like the validation that you looking for as an MC would be through me in this battle.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because no matter how many records a nigga sell or how much, when you a rhymer, when you rap, you want to be able to the niggas to know everybody. You want to be respected by the street. Like, so battle rap is more in the street. That's the street. So to beat a legend, you know what I'm saying? One of the legends, that would be huge for him. That would, you know what I'm saying? And I was coming off you with the meat shit, and it would, say he would beat me, and he would be automatically on fire. You know what I mean? So once they talking about we gonna give you this money, nah, you ain't gonna tell me what you gonna give me. Like, you know what I mean? Ain't nobody gonna show their hand. Ain't nobody gonna show their hand off the rip. You know what I mean? In negotiations, you ain't gonna just offer everything first, nigga. You gonna start with the lowest, and then you gonna try to. So, that's just where that mentality came from. Just being seasoned enough in the business, knowing.
Yeah, again, that hustler's mentality too that you talked about earlier.
I had that plan was gonna kill his ass too. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it was, man. That was gonna be crazy. That was gonna be crazy. That was gonna be crazy. And it would have been a super dope look for like battle rap too. It'd have been super dope for battle rap.
I think somebody told him though. Somebody told him he got wind of it.
Wow.
He got wind of it. That's why they came back and was like, nah, we just gonna hold off. We gonna do it. You know what I mean? But that's why I kept going so hard, because because I'm just like, yo, the whole thing started with him telling me when we was in the club together. Shout out to Drake too, because he definitely showed love. Like, you know what I mean?
He definitely does.
He respect, like he was one of the niggas watching the smacks and shit.
Yeah.
So he always let me know, like, you know what I'm saying? He don't try to big boy it. He always respect.
Yeah.
But it was him being in the club with me, or me being in the club with him, because I ain't gonna lie, he brought me in there. But me being in the club, and then he'd start to get to talking about battles, because he watched battles all day. Then he like, yo, I think I get you. You know what I mean? And then that's where I'm like, huh? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then he like, yeah, take this picture. That's when we took a little face-off picture. So my point was, going hard at him was because I didn't want the masses to think that I'm just a nigga chasing him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just wanted him to acknowledge that you started this.
Word.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what that whole shit was about with me.
Does that make you think back to when you were calling Cassidy out and you were does your position in the industry now, or does your position in battle culture now, does it make you think about when you were the up and coming cat shooting at the Cassidys or shooting at the guys that you consider, and they kind of I got the 20, man, I got 20, I got 30, I got whatever. Do you got a different perspective on that now, or is it a little different?
No, it was always the same perspective. It's true. I knew for a fact he ain't no business doing this shit. Mm-hmm. Hey, what's up? I love you too. I love you. I knew it wouldn't be good for him.
Okay.
Or he shouldn't do it.
Okay.
But I ain't gonna let nobody else know that. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm trying to get, but I already knew. So I wasn't, it wasn't like I'm gonna try my best to get the shit done, because I know it would benefit me more than him.
Okay.
You know what I mean? At that particular time. But I'm still trying to make it seem the best way. But where's the difference was we was really putting our own bread. I was putting niggas with our own money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it wasn't like
niggas ain't saying let's bet 20 or 30,000. Like, this was back all the way 15 years ago type shit.
Yeah, definitely. I remember shit, man. When I came out, when your brother was here, I showed up. Me and this guy Ty, we was gonna battle, and we had 5 bands on us, and we were mad. We had came and we had threw it on the table and we was like, man, we got 5, and ain't nobody had the money. Like, but we had talked about it before or whatever, and so we showed up through the money. And I remember your brother. He's man. I wish Mook was here. I wish Mook was here. I wish Mook was here. Man, he listened to me, man. He was. He
be with me in the battles too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
He was the first battle rap like hype man that I knew, like by face.
No,
like
facts.
It was
That's
like so like that was definitely. Man, well look, man, I could sit up and chop it up with you, man, all day long.
Hold on, before you go.
Yeah.
I was there. I was there when you battled Ice too.
Man, listen.
When he was like, I remember you said some head ice. What they gonna have to put on his head? Ice.
Yeah.
Some head. I remember them lines.
When they had, I had a line in there. I was so mad at the camera angles that night because, like, me and Ice ended up battling because Rex and Mav got moved to Smack. I wasn't even battling no more or whatever, and they had pulled me and Ice together to try to just get a headline or whatever. But I remember like right when you walked up is a part on there when I was like, man, he's the heart of Harlem. I'm gonna put him in a coffin for you to see. And like I always think like the angles in the camera, like nobody knows like you were there, Math was there, Miles was there. Yeah. It was the same day as the Smack event, and like we had went to both, man. That was such a dope day or whatever in battle rap, man. That was when man, here goes something. We brought Cal down there, right? Mm-hmm. Cal was battling this guy named B Silver, and he wanted to go to the Smack event before the battle. Me and Marv got in an argument about, because, you know, you got to be at your battle. Cal, this your first battle, man. You got to be there. You got to show up. And I'm like, me and Marv argue. I'm like, look, man, if the nigga want to go to a different battle, man, just let the nigga go, man. He'll be all right. Like, we going back and forth. But just him coming up, like him coming up where we, you know what I'm saying? Him coming up, watching these battles, watching this. It was so important for him to get to that Smack battle. And that trip, like that trip meant so much. And
that's kind of the reason why I picked Cal in the 2-on-2, man. Like a lot of people like, damn, that shit came from nowhere, man. Like, you know, me and Cal was always cool type shit, but I always just felt like our energy would be crazy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, that was an organic thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people, the fans didn't understand that, you know what I'm saying? We would hang out sometimes and shit, you know what I mean? Like, but they just like, it came out of nowhere. But I just know, like, he is the nigga. Cal is the nigga that say what I want to say, but I'm too old to say it. Like, I'm too more mature to say it. So Cal could just be an ignorant nigga. So he could be like an alter ego for me, but he say what I be wanting to say. You know what I'm saying?
I thought it was perfect.
Yeah, yo, bro, I wish. Yo, if you ask X Factor, he heard them raps, man.
I always would tell people before y'all did the 2-on-2, people used to say, man, who should Mook battle? If he give a new guy a shot, like before you decided to like battle Verb, and I know Verb ain't a new guy, but to somebody that's been around as long as you've been around, you know, it's a difference when it comes to your duration in the game. And I used to always say, man, I think Cal would give him the biggest run for his money because, and by run as far as making a dope battle to watch, like with you when you and Lux battled,
factually.
Yeah, and I thought that because Cal not gonna care.
Like, I like talking.
Y'all both have a great way of,
and he not gonna be intimidated.
Yeah, he not gonna care.
Yeah. Of the way of articulating it to make it. Hold on. I'm about to be done in 2 seconds. To make it, he got into a way to make people like see his point of view.
Word.
And that's a big thing. That's a talent.
Well, man, I want to just, man, thank you for coming on out.
That's a talent. People don't know that.
I want to say first and foremost, man.
Yo, thank you for having me, man. Thank you for having me.
Indeed, man. I appreciate you coming out, man. Detroit, we definitely got love for you here. We always appreciate you, man. We definitely, when I see you and Rex Maneuver, I think about me and Marv and X and Miles or whatever. Those names are just synonymous with one another.
Yep.
So I appreciate you for coming on. Do me a big salute, man, to everybody out there in Harlem, everybody out there in New York, man. Y'all stay safe.
Yeah, shout out to everybody out there in the D, you know, and really, truly, just everywhere, man. Just be safe and don't fall for none of this fuckery, you know, but also protect your own. Keep your rights, you know, and shout out to you, my nigga, Real Rap, man. I appreciate you. You definitely legendary. If niggas don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? That's why, not to be funny or nothing, like, you know, if you hit me, I'm gonna do something, because, nigga, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? That's the respect I got. And I want people to understand, like, you and a nigga like Marv, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because, you know, in battle rap, it's not a lot of discipline. It's not a lot of people that push, and I'm talking about battle rappers, to push the people to have respect, to push the other back. You know what I'm saying? And that's you know, we could hash it out all day, battle rap, but don't, you know, as far as a legacy and as far as what's going on, don't just, because it's easy to bamboozle some fans because they don't know what's going on. So I just want niggas to know how legendary, as well as, like, you are, like, you know what I'm saying, where you from, and you know what I mean, like, you know what I mean, mom and things like that, man, you know.
I appreciate it, man. Well, I appreciate you, man, just coming on and kicking it with us.
Yes, sir, man.
That's the end of I Said Yo podcast. My man Murda Mook in the building. Definitely appreciate you. I said yo.
Yes, sir. Easy. Yo, what it is, man? It's your boy Murda Mook, the Easy, man. You know, right now we holding it down on the motherfucking virtual time, pandemic time, man. But my boy Mcody hit me up. And I said, yeah. I said, yo. That's what I said, man. Let's go. Shout out to the D, man. You heard?